Okay, so I'm going to go over some basic knife disarms. Nothing too complicated, because when it comes to knife fighting, you want it to be really quick and effective, and it comes a lot to how you move your body and footwork. There's no fancy stuff like Xbox and all these crazy things. There are, but I mean, in reality, what works is literally stepping out, protecting, and getting the knife out of the way, and controlling the wrist. So the most basic strike piece, the most basic stabs are, I'd say, from here, a slash, and a stab. So we'll go over those three and one disarm for each. So a stab, and usually they're not straight down, they have a slight angle to them, a slash, and a stab. And these are very, the defenses are very instinctive, and they do work in real situations. And the way you practice them is with live sparring. You should put on goggles and everything also. So at first, okay, so we'll go over the first one. He's gonna, boom, exactly. First thing I'm gonna do is the way a disarm works is it's very hard if he comes to stab me and he's really angry if I dedicate my whole body to the arm. Because then he's gonna be fighting from here, he knows, and he might be putting his hand in my face, my eyes, everything, and I'm all focused on the knife. He gets it out, he stabs me again. It becomes really dangerous. What I wanna do is shock him the second he stabs me. So as he comes to stab me, I'm already, boom, in his face, hitting him in the eyes or the nose, right? For a second, if you get someone right under the nose, it'll pop their head back and it'll water their eyes, they won't be able to see you, or if I just hit him in the eyes. So once again, first thing I'm doing, I'm checking the arm right under the blade. And if you look, it's more the flat part of the blade that my arm is on. As I step out also, I'm not standing still. If I do this, stab me, very dangerous. Because if he puts force into it, it could knock me, it could still come into me. What I'm doing is, I'm stepping diagonally to here. Okay, and at the same time, this hand, straight to his face. Okay, so my hands are basically doing this, and I'm stepping out diagonally and turning slightly to him. Okay, so again, here. Next thing I'm going to do is just make sure my forearm is under the flat part of the blade. It'll naturally go there. There's no way he can't try and keep the sharp part on me. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. I'm just from here going to start turning my arm and my body, and it'll go flying. One more time. See, he's going to come and stab here. Very, very easy. And it really does work. One more time. Here. See, so this knocks his face. If it didn't, if for whatever reason it didn't even knock him enough, and he checked it, yeah. I don't know who's going to stab like this, but let's say theoretically he did. It doesn't make a difference because my whole body is turning. I also make sure I get a good grip. So here, see from here, here, okay? Now, once again, if you look, it's the flat part of the blade my forearm is touching. I'm going to slowly turn my body, and it still has his arm. It's physically impossible for him to hold on to the blade. Even if he holds on as tight as he can, and I do it in slow motion, right? I don't just throw my arm. If I throw my arm, I'm blocking myself. I turn my body, look, hold, as tight, as tight, as tight. It's out. Super simple, super effective. Now the second one we're going to do was a slash. In essence, it's the exact same thing, right? I'm just coming here. Now most people hold the blade. There's always a little bit of a butt. No one holds it. You can't hold a blade here, right? I have no balance on the blade, and all grips leave a butt, so you can hit with them. So when he hits, there's still, like the other time, a little bit of a butt here that my hand catches. So I'm blocking and hitting him in the eyes at the same time. Same motion. I just turn my body. See, it goes flying. Same exact way. One more time. It's the exact same thing. So here, right? And even if I miss and I don't get, let's say the butt's in, as I turn, look at his body. It makes it really easy to disarm with the other hand. This is a worst case scenario where he stabs and now I have the butt. So now if I turn, it'll go flying. But if I didn't, and I ended up here, see, now I'm forcing it under, but this would be a mistake. I would still turn my body, his hand would still come up, and I would still disarm. It's also important when I disarm through the opening, which is right here. If you look, his fingers are open here. There's virtually no way for him to hold on if I just do that. I don't know if that's on camera, but when you do it to someone, you'll get a feel for it. You just disarm through the opening of the hand. Okay, last but not least was a straight stab. Round to the stomach area, let's say, right? So the guy's just angry and comes to stab you. It's very common also. Again, it's footwork. This time I'm not stepping in, I'm stepping out. The reason it's a little safer always to step out is because this hand comes out of play. So if I stepped in, let's say you had another knife I didn't know about, or a punch or whatever, it gets me in the eyes or anything, it's very dangerous. So I do get out. I try and hit him in the face again. Now look, I'm going to slide down his arm, and this hand is upside down. It's going to put pressure on his wrist and stay upside down. I have his arm here. I'm going to yank him and stab him with his own blade. From here, I pull it behind him and just disarm. It's over here. So here, slide down, and you see I already stepped offline. That's important. When he comes to stab, I'm already kind of out of the way. I go under and right here. Now, if you can see, when he really comes to stab, that's it. It's very easy to do. I'm doing it, and it's very easy to disarm. That's without the pull even. So the harder he goes, it makes it easier for me because I'm catching him here, and I just slide, literally. As long as this hand stays upside down, I'm going like this. I don't turn my left hand. It stays. See how it's turning and controlling his wrist? Do you feel like you can move here? Yeah, and then I just yank him into his own blade. I continue it behind his back and disarm. One last time, really slow. Here, slide, boom. See, I can make him step into it, right? If he doesn't step, he's completely out of balance, he'll get stabbed anyways. If he steps, he's running right into it. Behind his back, and just easy disarm. I'll show one more. Sometimes, same angle. Here, right? Okay, so you can really come to stabbing. So here, I slide down the same way, but now, his wrist isn't turning that way, he's coming back up with it. I control the wrist. I take the sharp part of my arm, my forearm, to the flat part of the blade, and just drive, like as if I'm doing a wrist lock, but like this. Okay, one more time. Here, I'm just trying to make sure we're in camera. So I still do the diagonal step off, I just know that I'll go off camera. Okay, so here, slide down, his wrist comes up. So I don't go for this one, because it would be me fighting here. Resist. His wrist came up. I control his wrist, and just do that. And I'm in that same position to come under and do that takedown. I'll do it from the other side. Have a little more room to move here. Boom. See, I'm on the outside completely, right? If he comes up, or if I start sliding and try and get it, and it doesn't go this way, and it came up, right? So one more time. If it came here, slide it up. My wrist is already in control. Okay? I'm holding his wrist. I take my forearm, turn, and I turn my body. I come under, boom. So give him a shot.